Real Madrid have just defeated Juventus 1-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu in match week 3 of the UCL. That is now 9 points out of a possible 9 for Xavi and Real Madrid to start off this UCL campaign, joining Arsenal, Inter Milan, PSG and Bayern Munich as the only teams to pick up maximum points in every UCL fixture they've played in so far. So we're going to talk about that game today, of course. And also in today's video, we're going to talk about Liverpool's bounce back win away at Eintracht Frankfurt where they won 5-1 and Arne Slot actually benched Mohamed Salah in this game. So we're going to talk about both games today, like I said. I was mostly focused on the Madrid-Juventus game, but I was also watching the Liverpool game. So we're going to start off with the Madrid-Juventus game, of course, because that game, it was actually, it's 1-0, and it's the worst case scenario for a hate watch. You guys know I say this all the time. The best case scenario for a hate watch is the team you're rooting against loses, and the game is great. Today, the team we were rooting against, most of us, won, and the game wasn't so good. A 1-0 game isn't always the most entertaining, but still, I didn't think it was a boring game overall. And look, this game is not really a European Clasico, but it's two European giants going at each other. But if this game would have taken place 7 years ago, 8 years ago, this would have been one of the marquee matchups of the UCL. But nowadays, Juventus, man, their fall from grace is ridiculous. What happened to Juve? This is not the same Juve team that faced off against Madrid in the UCL final in Amsterdam back in '98. Of course, most of those Spurs are probably in their 60s by now, or 50s. This is not the same Juventus team that faced off against Madrid in Cardiff in the 2017 UCL final. This is not even the same Juventus team that played that Ronaldo was a part of a couple years ago. This Juve team, man, it's like they have some quality, but their squad is severely lacking. Like, this is a great player in my opinion. One of the best and most talented youngsters in Europe. I think Vlahovic, on his day we saw today, he can be really, really productive. I think Kolumwani is a good player. Not Kolumwani, sorry. What the fuck am I talking about? Kolumwani is not there. Thuram, sorry, is a good player. I think Weston McKennie, on his day, has the ability to be a really, really good midfielder. But still, this is not what Juventus should be putting out on the pitch. I was looking at their subs today, man, and I was like, this is Juventus? I thought I was watching, I don't know, Monza or something. Honestly, like, it's just not great. But I actually thought today they played a good game. I honestly think Juventus played a good game. They had chances to score. At times in that game, they actually not dominated, but they played well. They were keeping Madrid on their toes. In the first half, it was mostly boring, but I thought Juventus started off the game playing fairly well. They had a couple chances. I think Gatti had a shot on goal. Weston McKennie had a shot on goal. They were finding good space and behind on the counter, which, by the way, happened in the Club World Cup as well. In the Club World Cup, where Madrid also beat Juventus in that game, in the first few minutes, in the first half, Juve were finding a lot of space in behind, but they just couldn't convert. And the same thing happened today. They were finding space, but they couldn't convert. And then Madrid, towards like the 20th minute, they started getting more control of the game. They had that one clear chance from Mbappe, or Di Gregorio, by the way, who was amazing today. He was so fucking good. Made a huge save on. But that was honestly the biggest. That was the biggest chance of the first half. There was the Gatti shot, the Weston McKennie shot, where Courtois made 2 big saves, and also the biggest save of the game, or the biggest chance of the first half, I should say. Sorry, was Mbappe's shot towards the end of the first half, which Di Gregorio made a great save on. But the first half ended 1-0. Not really much to talk about. Look, like I said, I thought Juve started off well, but then their passing got so sloppy. I think Madrid started counter-pressing a lot better. They were being a lot more, their intensity was kind of ramping up, and they were just suffocating Juve. They just couldn't get out of their own half. They couldn't get out on the counter. Every time Juve tried to get out on the counter, they were intercepting the ball. They were making tackles and winning the ball back very, very quickly. So I thought Madrid's counter press was a lot better in that first half after starting off the game kind of slowly. And like I said, man, Juve, the ball was moving so slow. It was moving so slow. It was like they just couldn't get, like, Kalulu is a fucking center back, and you're playing him at right wing back. Like, he's playing like Lamine Yamal out there. He's playing like Rodrigo. Like, what does he do? He's a center back. Igor Tudor, why are you playing like... And he was actually making good runs to his credit, but still, man, you're never going to get that end product out on the wing from a center back. He's a center back. I don't blame Kalulu for not being the best right wing back, because he's not a right wing back. It's like putting a fish in the water and asking it to swim. That's what Einstein said, right? Like, that's how, like, anyway, Einstein said something about fish and swimming and a tree, whatever it is. My point is, you can't blame Kalulu for that. But that was the first half. Like I said, the second half, obviously, we saw the goal from Jude Bellingham, which was a great play, a wonderful play from Vinicius Jr., man. That was disgusting. That was actually disgusting. I mean, that is why Vinicius Jr. is a guy who, yes, he might not, be as consistent as he was in the past, but he has that ability to just not even take over a game, because he didn't take over the game, but just have those moments of brilliance. I mean, he's in the box. There's like 4 Juve players surrounding him, like 4 of them. And he just cuts in, cuts out, shoots it with his left foot to the far post. It hits the post. And then Jude Bellingham scoring a goal that he scored so much in his first season in Madrid, where he's just at the right place at the right time, sniffing the ball like a shark. He sees the ball come off the post. Lloyd Kelly is sleeping. What are you doing, Lloyd Kelly? Another player who shouldn't be playing for Juventus. Lloyd Kelly, are you kidding me, bro? He's a starter for Juve in 2025. What are we doing here? But anyway, Lloyd Kelly's sleeping, and then Bellingham converts the goal. But before that, even before the goal, Vlahovic had a huge chance. It was out on the counter. It was a great ball that like, it wasn't even like Madrid were just, most of the players were in their own half, and I forget who it was, but they played this great ball behind to Vlahovic. Vlahovic with the pace beats, I'm pretty sure it was Militao, and he just can't finish. Courtois makes a great save, and by the way, Courtois today was fucking amazing, bro. He made so many huge saves, made a huge save against Getafe on the weekend as well. That guy's a cheat code, man. The two goalkeepers today really showed out. But yeah, man, I think Di Gregorio also had a huge save he had a huge double save on an Mbappe shot, and then Brahim Diaz followed it up, and obviously they couldn't convert. He saved it with like his rib. He was out of, he got winded from that shot, which is kind of not funny, but it was kind of crazy. But that was a huge double save from Di Gregorio, who, like I said, I thought today had a really, really good game. Openda had a chance towards the end of the game where, you know, it was a great play from him and Jonathan David and Raul Asensio, sorry, what the fuck was up? That happens to me so much. Like, I'm talking and I don't even run out of breath. It's just, anyway, my point is, Raul Asensio kind of makes a mistake there. He recovers super well and makes a tackle, and Openda, bro. Like, you're looking at the ground and you're shooting like, just, come on, man. I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, just fucking do something, please, Juve. Like, you have the ability to get a goal here. They actually had the ability to get a goal. I think, look, Igor Tudor is obviously on the hot seat because he should be. I mean, this Juve team, while they're not as bad as they were last year, they're still drawing a lot of games, and it's not a great team. But I thought Igor Tudor today actually set up his team fairly well. They were a lot better in the second half. They were actually creating chances. And like I said, I thought after the Jude Bellingham goal, Madrid for times there, like not for times, but after the Jude Bellingham goal for like the next 10-15 minutes, they were kind of taking control of the game. But after that, Juve, when the pressure was on and they realized they had to score in order to get a point out of this game, they were actually playing well. So that's the frustrating thing for me. I'm looking at the Juve team and I'm like, you didn't play that bad, but you still found a way to lose the game. And Juve this season, man, the goals are hard to come by. Their goals are hard to come by. They don't really score many goals. So again, I think this Juve team is missing quality. But, you know, Lloyd Kelly, Kalulu playing as a center back, playing as a right wing back. Cambiaso was looked at as one of the most promising youngsters in Italian football a couple of seasons ago. And he's been so inconsistent recently. Like, yeah, he got interest from City a year ago or something. Wasn't it? He got, like, interest from City, and now all of a sudden he's untouchable. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Cambiaso wasn't good today. Openda should be scoring that. I thought Vlahovic, man, he gets a lot of shit from Juve fans because he's not the best. He hasn't had the best time, like, over the past couple of years, but I thought his hold-up play today was really, really good. He was actually causing the Madrid back line issues at times. And like I said, he had a shot where he could have easily scored, so it's just frustrating. Gatti also made a really big goal line clearance around the 70th minute. So this game, look, if you're a Madrid fan, you wanted to win before a Clásico, and you got the win. And in your 3 UCL games, you played Cara, you played Marseille. Cara was a convincing win. Marseille wasn't so convincing, but you still won. And then today, not the most convincing win, but you get a 1-0 win against Juventus, a team that's not the best team, but it's still a good team. It's Juventus. You got to respect them. So I think if you're a Madrid fan, you got to be happy with the progress you've made this season. I think this game last year under Ancelotti, you kind of found a way to lose it. I mean, this team lost. Madrid lost in the Bernabeu last year to AC Milan. So I think this team last year under Ancelotti would have found a way to lose this game, but this year they're finding ways to win it. And look, Mbappe today doesn't get a goal. It's only his second game this season where he doesn't get a goal. Leo Roman kept him out. Like he didn't score past Leo Roman because nobody scores past Leo Roman. The guy's a fucking cheat code. And then today can't get a goal past Di Gregorio. That just shows you, man. I'm surprised today that Mbappe didn't score. Mbappe's to that level now where every time he doesn't score, it's kind of shocking. So Mbappe can't get on the score sheet. Jude Bellingham today, man, I thought he was great. His work off the ball today was magnificent, and I thought his ability there to get that goal. People are going to say it's a top end, and yes, it is a top end, but he has those instincts, and he sees the ball come off the post, and he reacts quicker than Lloyd Kelly. So he gets to that, he puts it into the back of the net, and it was the only goal that Madrid needed to win the game. So I thought their back line today played fairly well too. I thought Asensio had a great game. I always thought Asensio was a decent player, and then he went to the Club World Cup. He had a disaster class in that Club World Cup for those couple weeks. But I actually think he's a guy who off the bench, you know, when Housen isn't playing, he's a good valuable center back to have. And I thought Militao today was super strong as well. Again, Vlahovic was giving him trouble at times, but they weren't, you know, they didn't concede a goal. So, and again, Courtois is just Courtois. I mean, do you guys see that throw that he had to Vini? He had a throw to Vini towards the end of that game where, you know, it was Coensensao who kind of tugs Vini's shirt and makes a tackle on it. He got all the ball, but, you know, you could say he tugs his shirt. But anyway, point is, that throw by Courtois was insane, man. This guy could be a quarterback in the NFL. He just cups the ball, he could be a pitcher, man. That was insane from Courtois. And again, I got to give props to Di Gregorio, who I thought was really, really good today. The goal was not really his fault, man. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But yeah, man, I'm looking at the Juve team, and I thought Weston McKennie actually, you know, he played well, man. I'm a fan of Weston McKennie, and I thought today he was running his ass off. He sometimes, I wish he was a little bit more technically gifted. He's missing some technical ability at times, but I thought today he was running his fucking ass off. So again, credit to Juve, man. It's not an embarrassing performance. You didn't get battered 4-0. You went into the Bernabeu. You fought hard. You could have had a goal if it wasn't for Courtois, and you walk away with a 1-0 defeat. It's not what you want if you're a Juve fan, but still, man, nobody's looking at Juve as real threats in the UCL anyway. So we'll see what happens with Juve. They got Sporting next in a couple weeks, so we'll see if they can win that game. But yeah, for Madrid, man, this is the game before Clásico. I'll be honest with you guys, man. As a Barca fan, I've said it multiple times. I'll say it again. This Madrid team is a lot better than last year, and the results prove that. And their standing in La Liga proves that, and their standing in the UCL proves that compared to last year. But I'm not really too worried about the Madrid team. And I'm not saying Barca, by the way, are flying right now. It's not like we're playing like last year's Barca or 2011 Barca. But anybody looking at this Clásico going into it like it's a mismatch, they're fooling themselves. It's not a mismatch at all. If Barca can get their players back, if Rafinha is going to play in the Clásico, and we have some more of our key players available, I'm very confident Barca can go into the Bernabeu and get a win. So again, Madrid get the win. So Xabi Alonso, like I said, unbeaten in the UCL so far. They got the Clásico this weekend, so that'll be a big test for him. The next couple weeks will be big test for Xabi Alonso. But yeah, today they get the win. Trying to see if there's anything else I missed here in my notes. I want to make sure I Mbappe. Okay, no, I covered everything I need to cover. And yeah, that's it. Now we're going to talk about Liverpool and Frankfurt, because Liverpool got a 5-1 win after starting off the game down 1-0. 1-0 down against Eintracht Frankfurt away from home. And, that goal, Florian Wirtz gets bullied off the ball, and then Liverpool's shape is all over the place. A great counter-attack from Frankfurt, man. And Frankfurt's player, I think it's Christensen. Yeah, the guy, it's Christensen who scores that goal. It was a beautiful goal. Past Alisson, it was a fantastic goal. And for the first few minutes of that game, Liverpool were under pressure and Frankfurt were playing well. I was like, okay, it's the same old Liverpool. Even with Mohamed Salah being dropped, because Liverpool fans have been asking for a long time now, for the last couple of weeks, we got to drop Mo Salah. He's one of our greatest ever players, but he's not playing well. He's not pressing. We got to drop him. So today, Arne Slot drops him. And look, man, I thought after Frankfurt scored that goal, Liverpool responded very well. They responded very well. I'm still concerned about Isak because he got hooked early in that game because he wasn't great, but I thought Wirtz today did so well, because if that would have been the only goal of the game, where Wirtz loses the ball, I mean, the guy's already under so much pressure. The pressure would have been so much greater. But today he gets 2 assists, man. Even before he got the 2 assists in the second half, Ekitike had a great goal, which to me, he's been probably their best player this year, Ekitike. He's been so good, man. Him and Van Dijk have been great. But Ekitike, man, gets a goal against his former team, doesn't celebrate. That was the first goal of the game. A great pass from Andy Robertson where, it's just a ball that dissects basically the whole Frankfurt back line. Ekitike beats the defender for pace. He gets in front of him and puts it into the back of the net. It was a great goal from Ekitike. And then after that, a couple corner goals from the center backs, Van Dijk, and also Konate get a goal. And at that point, it was 3-1. Liverpool could breathe. And then the second half, you got a goal from Cody Gakpo off a pass from Florian Wirtz, a great pass from Florian Wirtz. And then you got another goal from Dominic Szoboszlai of, again, another assist from Florian Wirtz. So Florian Wirtz walks out of this game with 2 assists. Mohamed Salah comes in later on in the game after the game was already done. It was 5-1. So maybe this Liverpool team is better without Mohamed Salah. I have a hard time criticizing Mohamed Salah because I do love him as a player. But you know what? Sometimes legends, they get washed up. I don't think Mo's washed up, but I think Liverpool today responded really well. If that game would have ended in a loss for Liverpool, it would have been disastrous for Arne Slot, for that squad. All the money they invested, you're one of your most expensive signings, apart from Isak, is losing the ball that leads to the first goal. But I thought Wirtz, man, today, he showed a lot of mental fortitude to recover and get 2 assists and play an overall good game. I thought Andy Robertson today had a really, really good game. Frimpong went on. I thought when Connor Bradley came on, he was decent. I thought their front line overall played well. I think today, overall, Liverpool showed that when they're clicking and when they're at their best, they have the ability to be that scary team that we all predicted they could be when the season first started, when they made all those signings. So again, Liverpool got the win today, 5-1. Bayern Munich got a 4-0 win. Chelsea got a 5-1 win. I didn't watch either of those games, but I saw Bayern Munich, that 17-year-old that they have. Sorry, I had to burp. Scored a crazy good goal. Harry Kane continues his goal-scoring form. Bayern Munich are a real threat in the UCL so far this year. They're a real threat in the UCL. I've been a doubter of Vincent Kompany, but man, this team is playing some great football right now. And like I said, it's them, Inter, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and PSG as the only 5 teams that have not lost a single game so far in the UCL. So this UCL is looking really good. Like the European greats, it looks like they're back to being at their best as opposed to last year, which concerns me a little bit as a Barca fan because I thought last year was our best chance. But anyway, I think Barca are still good. We'll be good. But yeah, man, overall, Liverpool get the win. Madrid get the win. Not really happy about that, but you know what? There's nothing we can do about it now. I'll be a lot happier if Barca get the win on Sunday, though. That would make me a lot happier. That would put the biggest smile on my face. I'll be happy for the whole week if Barca win on Sunday. So hopefully that can happen. And yeah, man, I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about both of the games. Any game that you watch. If you watch the Chelsea game, the Bayern Munich game, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear it. For the best graphic tees in the game, check out the final thread. The link, as always, is in the description down below. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.